Well, you've completed now the complete Driving Business Growth program, all 5 segments. You now have a wealth of information, if I don't say so myself. The question becomes, what are you going to do with it? What will you do next? Let me give you some pointers. The first pillar of the program dealt with the leader, self-improvement, self-development, and we covered leadership, productivity, and mindset. Of those 3, they're all equally important, but mindset is critically important, and we talked about that first, so that you have the right mindset, the right attitude going forward to do the hard work required of being the leader of your organization. The second pillar had dealt with strategy. Specifically, we talked about building your vision, your marketing message, and then lead generation strategies to help grow your business. The third segment dealt with structure. What are the functions that you need to have in your organization? And all companies have 7 key functions, whether they're big, small, mid-sized, large, corporate, whatever the case may be. And we explained in that function, or in that discussion, if you will, we explained the interaction between how that structure should work. We then went further down into the structure, and we began to talk about, in pillar number 4, systems and procedures. Systems run your business, your people run your systems, you lead your people. The important thing about systems is that you figure out the best way to do a job, you record it, and you use that as your basis of training and teaching. And finally, the 5th pillar dealt with people. And that ties it all together, because your team, the people who work for you, are an integral component of what goes on between your business and its customers. In fact, it is the only component that goes on, or that is there between your business and your customers. So now you have all of this information. You're going to do one of a couple of things. You're going to say, well, this was really good. I got to put this onto the side and I'll get back to this. You know, and I know you never will, because you're going to get caught up in something else. And what I would suggest you do is go back to pillar number 1 and watch the segment on productivity and learn how to manage distractions. Or you might not do anything at all. You might just move on to the next fire drill. But what I'm suggesting you do, because you now have a choice, how you grow your business, the level of success you want to achieve, is completely within your control. Don't blame the economy. Don't blame your customers. You have complete control over this. You now have knowledge. What do you want to do with that knowledge? It either stays just knowledge. It doesn't become valuable until you make the conscious decision to do something different with the knowledge you have. Whenever I have workshops or presentations, I ask everyone in the audience to fill out a personal development plan. Identify 3 things that you learned from my talk today, and then write down what you're going to do next when you get back to your desk tomorrow. Our program, Driving Business Growth, was sort of like a greenhouse. No pressure. I shared knowledge and information. I shared tactics. I shared strategies. But now, in order to take that greenhouse information and plant it and watch it to grow, you need to take it back to you into the real world at your desk and make the decision to just do one thing differently tomorrow. Go to each pillar and identify one thing in each pillar. There has to be at least one thing in each of those pillars that resonated with you, that you said to yourself, yeah, you know, I really need to work on that. So find that one thing, just one thing, and begin to work on that first. Now, we went through the evolution of a business. Your business will exist for a number of years. We hope that you're successful and you can do that, so that you're providing for generational growth going forward. So you have plenty of time to work on one thing at a time. Start with the thing that's most important. Start with the concept of something that I talked about that resonated the most with you. And start there and identify what you want the goal to be. What's the outcome you're working towards? And then build your plan backwards from there as to the steps you will take. Give yourself extra time. We're not rushing here. I want you to succeed. You want to succeed. So give yourself some time. And don't be afraid of making mistakes. Remember our discussion. Mistakes are a great learning point to learn how to do something better. And never forget the discussion that we had here about self-discipline, about persistence, and about resilience. You master those 3 skills, those habits, there's no stopping you. But the one thing you always want to know, the one thing you want to do, and we talked about this, is every day ask yourself that all-important question: what is one thing I can do today to move my organization forward? You have the tools, you have the information. Now you have to make the choice to use it and to push through it all to get to where you want to go. And on that point, I would say to you, remember my discussion about feeling comfortable being uncomfortable. If I've done my job here, and I believe I have, as you begin to try these new behaviors, you will feel uncomfortable. Burn your boats, burn your boats. Don't go back to where it was comfortable. Push forward down that path of being uncomfortable, and I guarantee if you persist, you will feel comfortable with it, and you've earned the right to begin to perform at a higher level and solve bigger challenges. So with that, you know where to find me. You can call me, 732-275-9222. Drop me an email, chris@chrisruisi.com or chris@thecoacheszone.com. But I'm there for you. And because you've purchased this program for me, I'm available to answer any questions you want, because now you're part of my community. And I want to make sure you succeed. But I want to make sure that you understand you have complete control over that. Thank you for your time.